Okay. Um, I'm going to make some connections here with the wildfires, with the what we've had going on in the center of the country with this sort of ice storm thing. We're going to connect back to Doc Hollywood with this, and we're going to connect back to today's date as a potential for the Hoover Dam, which we're kind of running out of time now for today, but I still want to do the video because it's interesting, the connections. So we're almost at 11 o'clock on the 9th of January today, okay, as I'm doing this video. So, okay, oh look, Hollywood residents escape the fires, I guess the wildfires. So this connection back with Doc Hollywood, okay. The first connection though that I want to do is, before we get onto the Doc Hollywood connection, I just want to mention that before these fires started, a couple of days ago, these started on the 7th. I'd done that video about the connection from Donald Trump's ear wound through to the 7th of January. Okay, I'm going to show you some more connections to do with that. I'm going to show you that fold again, and we'll clear up a few things that's really interesting about it. Because we also, on the day that these fires broke out, we also had the connection with Donald Trump doing a news conference and saying some stupid stuff that would cause a story to be, would cause the thing to stick out, so to speak. And that was the idea of renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Okay, I'm going to explain why that is fairly interesting, and all this 7-1 connections here, and how that actually connects to today on the 9th. Wow, through the dollar bill. Okay, so the first thing we had going on was this with the Palisade, don't know how you say that, fires. Okay, and across the middle of the country, a day or two, or just right before this, we had the Frozen. What I was thinking, there was going to be some connections to Frozen with it, and there were, but I'm not going to do that right now in this video. But we had kind of an ice storm. Kansas City got hit with it. We got a little bit on the edge of. We were kind of on the edge of it here, but we still got a coating of ice. But this whole thing with the ice, with Elsa and Frozen, you have to remember Frozen 2 has the dam destruction in it. Okay, so if you go watch that film, you'll know what I'm talking about. So it's obvious. It's an obvious thing to reference back to. Okay. What is interesting about this is spurred on. These fires were spurred on by the Santa Ana. I don't know how you say that. The Santa Ana winds. Okay, and Anna being, the other half to Elsa in Frozen in the film. Okay, and obviously Anna is the moon, is the sun, and Elsa is the moon. Okay, and so we have the fire and the ice. We have the sun and the moon. In this, I guess weather, with the weather events going on right now. Okay, notice in a lot of these scenes as well, we've got a lot of palm trees. This reference to Christ with the palm trees, and a lot of palm trees still standing after everything's burnt. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to get into the conspiracy behind. I'm sure both of the weather, all these events we're having have been manipulated by man, so that this is happening right now, and it's happening in the severity that's happening. Okay. Anyway, so this was interesting with 7-1. Okay, and I'm going to tie it back to Doc Hollywood. Notice the Hollywood reference here. People in Hollywood escaping out of the way of this thing as well. I don't know. I don't quite know the layout of all this. I haven't bothered to even look how it's actually what part of Los Angeles is burning. I don't know. Anyway, Palisades. Okay, let's cut back to Doc Hollywood now. Otherwise, we'll be here all night, right? So let me cut back to Doc Hollywood, and this is pretty interesting, right? And then we're gonna have to jump all over the place. So Doc Hollywood. At the start of Doc Hollywood, let me show you this. Okay, actually, before we do that, let me just hang on. Palisade meaning a fence of wooden stakes, okay? Right, to forming an enclosure or a defense, a barricade or a stockade. Very similar to the fence or the barrier is very similar to the idea of the dam, okay? A containment unit, okay? So in Doc Hollywood, okay, what we have right at the start is we're going to have to crash into the palisade, okay, if you like. It's a white picket fence, okay. And Marty's going to crash through. Marty. Doc Hollywood is going to crash through the fence, the palisade, okay. So there's this little connection at the start of this, and I said this could be like the Twin Towers coming down because these pickets are like towers, and it could also be a reference to the dam coming down because, of course, it's a fence. It's a containment unit. Okay, it's a barricade. Okay, this car shows up again at the end, towards the end of the film, with another, what I think is a reference to the destruction of the dam. Okay, so we're going to go to that now, and I'm going to show you that as well. But this car, just out of a matter of course, we're on 9-1 today, yeah, and this is a video about 9-1. What we want to do is we want to look at the car, right? So this is where it's just crashed through the fence. We've got a nice shot of the number plate here. Okay, we'll probably come back to this, but it's 9D1502. Okay, so we've got a, we're going to look at this in just a second, right? More importantly, for this particular date, we could change that D to a 0. Okay, there's something cunning about this idea of changing this to a 0, and we'll come on to it with the number jumps later. But if we looked at that as a 901, so we were getting maybe the 9th of January out of that. Let's just check something out, right? What kind of car is this? Okay, this is a 356 Porsche, right? Okay, you will have seen it in other films, like I believe in actually it shows up in a lot of films. The one I'm thinking about off the top of my head though is the Top Gun, the first Top Gun, and simply because the second Top Gun, Maverick, that just came out not that long ago, it has the Dam Busters trench run scene in it, just like in Star Wars as well, and in the film Dam Busters. Okay, they put that scene into Top Gun Maverick, so it's a reference to blowing the dam again. Okay, and in number 1 we have this same vehicle. But anyway, getting sidetracked. The 356. So what is so special about the 356? Well, if we go to actually we won't go to this one. January the 9th, so 109. So remember changing that number plate just a little bit. Okay, 109, the 356. 356 days left in the year. Quite interesting, okay? Now, we're not done there yet. Okay, so we're going to come back to this car in just a second. But what we want to do is we want to look at this car because right here he smashed it up. These two are going to fix it. Okay, so this car gets smashed up again in the film. And the scene where it gets smashed up is this scene here. He's just about to leave town. He's just been at they've just been at the village festival, which is the 58th squash festival, Grady Squash Festival, and he was just about to sort of disappear out of town without sort of telling anybody, and he's seen a pregnant couple that I don't want to have to explain the whole film, but anyway, he's going to go back to help this pregnant couple, okay? The woman that's giving birth is called Mary, okay? And so let's see what happens with the car. So he's reversing here, and basically he's just going to park in the road like a barricade again, like he's damming off the road, okay? This is like the river, and this is blocking the river now, okay? Anyway, there's some interesting conversation here. Let's put closed caption on for a second, and we can see what is said. Okay.
Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone. The Stone, okay.
Decided to drop by.
Mary. Okay, decided to drop by, see how you were doing. Now let's listen to what she says.
See how you were doing? No damn good. Waters broke up.
No damn good. Waters broke. I hurt. Okay. Just the language, just the dialogue here is interesting. Okay. Anyway, so he's going to go ahead and help her give birth. Okay. But if we move on just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Around, so he's coming out the right.
Okay, they got to turn the baby round. Okay. He's interesting with the playing here. Easy come, easy go. But this is the part I want to get to. I think I can go 5 seconds more. Okay, check out the station wagon here with the blue. Okay, blue and white. The Mary colours again, cream at least. I think we go another 5 here.
Doing great. I got a leg.
Okay, hang on. I kind of want to. Hang on. Here we go. But what we have is we have the carnival that's packed up and is leaving town. Okay.
Someone's coming. All right.
This guy's fallen asleep, so we're about to have a bit of an accident. Check out his neck as well with the tattoo. Kind of reminds me of the paddock tattoo with the Vegas shooting. We're getting closer. Saying push, and right as the baby's being born. Sorry, this has taken a while, but right as the baby's being born, we're about to have this. We're about to have a baby girl. Rebirth of the Matrix, maybe. But this is the problem right here. So I have this crash, and if we go big now, we can just about make out this 618. Again, this is super duper interesting to do with Madonna, and also the fact that yesterday was Elvis's birthday, okay, his 90th birthday, which makes today he is 90 years and 1 day old, 901. Again, like what is on the, like if we make that D a 0, like what is on the car, okay. So this is interesting, you know, the 618, again, because Elvis dies on Madonna's birthday, this is super duper interesting. And we've got some other numbers on there and everything else. But as this gets hit, what you'll notice is the lights come on and the arrows, this is the arrow shooting like Odysseus returning home and proving who he is. Okay, you can see the 618 pretty clearly there. Okay, so there we go. The baby is born. The dam is destroyed. Okay, right. That took a long time to do all that, and there's some other numbers on there, but I'm not doing them right now. We need to crack through some of this other stuff with the number jumps now. Okay, so we're going to go. Well, we're going to do a couple of number jumps really quickly. So the idea of this baby being born, right? Let's do a number jump. Actually, I don't want to do that one right now. What I want to do, I don't want to do that one, and I don't want to do that one, and I don't really want to do that one. That's Donald Trump. So from the 816, yeah, let's do this one because we've got that on the truck. The connection with Madonna, Mary, and who is about to be reborn as president, Donald Trump. Okay, we've got the 19 and we've got 146, which of course, if we just break the number down, the 14th of June, 146. Okay, so that's interesting. Number one. Do I have this is Elvis. Okay, so from 1835, okay, through to today's date, 90 years and 1 day. Okay, 901. And then, interestingly enough, the squash festival that they were just at, where that carnival has just come from, and where Doc Hollywood Marty was at that festival, okay, his last sort of night in town at that point, 58 days. It was the 58th Squash Festival, okay, and also if you go Back to the Future, 1985, the 85 is pretty important as the sort of date to come back to with the homecoming date, right? We need to bear in mind that 58 is also on the dollar bill, and we will come back to this in just a second, right? But if we now look 58 days prior to 9/1 is the night the night of the thunderstorm, when the clock tower gets struck by lightning, okay, 11/12, okay, the 12th of November. This is when Marty makes his leap home, okay? Again, the idea of coming home, being rebirthed, yada, yada, yada. So this was interesting with the 58th Squash Festival. And also squash, I think I had it in here. Oh, maybe I've deleted it now. But yeah, there it is. Squash is also 85 and a 77 as well, with that back with what we were just doing with all the sevens stuff, and again with Elvis. So 85 there, yeah, 58, 85. Was there any other numbers that I wanted to do right now? We'll come back to those other numbers. Oh, yeah, we'll come back to this number as well. But the connection with 910, again, with the Madonna reference there, with the 816, 910 is Guy Ritchie's birthday. Okay, and again with the lightning strike, the 1.21 gigawatts. This is kind of interesting coming through, and it's almost like a mirror date again. This will become important when we talk about Donald Trump here in just a second, and the dollar bill again. So this is almost like a mirror date, you know, 910 through to 91. So if you did see that other video, what's on this one? Oh, and again with the mirror date, with the 10, with the 101, and I was just saying that neck tattoo, with the shooting on 101 in Vegas, and also the Hoover Dam is 101 Gematria, and if we go from the Hoover Dam's birthday through to this particular day, it's 100. 89 years, 101 days, and we also have the 69, which is really interesting on the end of the number, with Michael J. Fox's birthday, 69. So anyway, this is kind of interesting as well with the 101. But so if we're, that again, that number through, if you watch the last video, I was talking about the 1010 date being a reflection for, if I could find it again now. I could have sworn I had it. Here it is. So the 1010 date being a reflection for Donald Trump's ear wound through to the 7th of January. And of course we had all the fires and everything else kicking off then. So, and we also had Donald Trump's comments and him making a press conference on that particular day as well. So 1010 was the middle point of that. It was a mirror kind of date, just as we were dealing with New Year's as being a mirror date. So 7-1 is from New Year's, the mirror date, back to Christmas. Bloomin' hell. It happens to be 9-1, happens to be 91 days from this date. Okay, so again with this flip over, just like we got with the 10th of September. Okay, flipping. Now, I want to go to the dollar bill now, and we'll refer back to this 1010, but that was in the $10 bill, the 1010. The $10 bill has this same fold as the dollar bill to do with the Hoover Dam, okay? I'm not doing that fold today. What we're going to do is we're going to look at this earshot thing with Donald Trump, okay? So I've got the dollar bill in here. What we need to do, we need to whip in a quick line. Actually, we need a straight line. Let's do it in red. And, this back pattern around the dollar bill has repeats, okay? And that's where you get your fold, where you can fold it to match up, one side to the other side, okay? This is where one of those I say where a marker is, but you can pick that pattern out. Now, on the other side, you can't really see it. So you have to already kind of know this, and it kind of comes through the eyes there. And what we end up with, if we do some counting, was we ended up with 7 leaves at the top of here, and 3 leaves and 1 berry down here. So we had 713, which was Donald Trump's ear wound. Now, if you look at where this line shoots through Washington here, if we were to draw an ear in for Washington here, yeah, usually the top of the ear starts in line with the sort of corner of the eye. This is where, Donald Trump gets shot in this ear, okay? On the other side of this now, I said, we could be looking at something happening on today's date, okay? Not today's date, the 7th of January, 7-1, okay? Because on this side, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaves and 1 berry right here. Okay, that spells out our 7-1. Now, what is interesting is Donald Trump did have another assassination attempt. When did it occur? It occurred on the 15th of September. What is interesting about the 15th of September? Let me show you. I should have showed you this in the other video. But if we go to September the 15th, let's look at the days remaining in the year. 107, 107, 7-1, okay, 7-1. This day was the day, now we'll get on to what's really interesting. This day was the day that Donald Trump nearly got shot on the, what was he on? The golf course. You know, where you hit the little moon-shaped ball around with it's got the little craters in it and you have to put it in the hole. Okay? He was on the golf course. Are you getting what I'm saying here? It was on the golf course. He's talking on this day now on this day. So this is the 107 days left in the year right here. Okay. Now on this particular day, which happens to be a couple of days ago when the fires started and when he made some certain comments, okay, what did he make? He said we should rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. He makes this reference to the Gulf, okay, on this day. But notice that on this day up here, he has a reference to the Gulf, okay? The Gulf and the Gulf reference. Okay, Washington right here, he's in the Omega, yeah? This is the Gulf, okay? This is the dam. This is the dam here. See where it says Washington? This is another little symbol with this name across here of the dam that is holding back the Gulf of America right now, which is Lake Mead at the Hoover Dam. This is what has to break right here to allow that to get back downstream. Notice that they were talking with the fires about the fishes going downstream and having enough water. They didn't have enough water to put the fires out because of saving the fishes. I don't know. This is absolutely nuts right now. Notice that right here with the leaves and berries, this is 45. Yeah, Donald Trump, the 45th president. This is absolutely insane with this Gulf reference. And, this is just nuts. I don't know what else to say about it. The Gulf is also a void, and that's what we have in America right now. We're living in the abyss, in the void. That's what we need to get out of this Gulf. Okay, let me just show you again. So why that 1010 was so important. As this line comes across here, without going too far back into the distant future and explaining, hopefully I can get rid of all this. It only lets you delete so far. That's as far as it let me go. Let's just go File, New, Paste. Okay, should have just done that to begin with. What was I saying? That fold line there is part of another much bigger fold. Okay, now I'm not going to go into that right now. Two things to note with the 58 and the 85. Okay, now as I said in the other video, again, this again right here could have been our 159, with the leaves and berries and the number 1 here. Okay, that could have been our 159 because this tallies up to that as well here. But what they've done when they redid this design from the old silver certificate is that on this side they completely erased the 9th leaf. So this is actually really a 58 reference or an 85 reference. That looks more like a 3 there, bloody hell. But anyway, so I just wanted to, we just need to pay attention to that because again, this is on one side of the Gulf and this is on the other side of the Gulf here. Okay, with the dam. Okay, so anyway, on the $10 bill, you'll recall that it has this kind of S10 up here, and an S10 up here as well, and we got Hamilton on the $10 bill, and it spells out 10 right here on the $10 bill. Okay, and it has 10 written here as well. This is the old $10 bill I'm talking about. Okay, so it has 1010 written on it. Okay, and so recall that you know, between those two dates, of the 713 on this side and the 71 on this side, 1010 was that middle point. And if we go ahead and draw that line in again, I'll show you on this dollar bill. So I highly recommend go back and watch the last couple of videos on the dollar bill. That's where that line lies. This is the fold marker right in here, okay, that is also on the $10 bill, okay. And what, again, you can see how this is the ruffles of the water coming over the dam. And as I said earlier, this is part of actually 3 fold lines. Let me just show you them. So that was that one through the eyes there with the Donald Trump's head, you know, the ear wound thing. And then at the top here, I believe it comes roughly about somewhere, you know, it's about here somewhere. It kind of comes just underneath these letters here, okay. And what you do is you fold on each one of these lines. You could try this if you get a dollar bill. Fold it right here, here, and here, and concertina it up, right? And then what you'll end up with is just these top words sitting right here, right where the mouth is, okay. And then as you unfold the dollar bill, what will happen is you can actually get Washington sort of emerging up out of the dam. Difficult to explain, but if you fold it here, 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 concertina it down, and pull it apart again carefully, you know, bring this part up first. It's really like, yeah, it's like his head's popping out of the dam. So it's like he's being reborn. Okay, it's absolutely amazing, really, when you think about what is in this dollar bill. But that's not the thing I want to show you. I want to show you this other 9-1 reference as well, because there is a fold marker. There is a fold line. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pull it together now. I want to do a selection, and where the little owl is, this is another fold marker. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to come over from the little owl. So that was another fold. We're actually going to come over from the little owl here. And what we want to do is we want to grab... Oh, no, we don't. No, we do want to come up there. Where do I want to come? I want to be at the little owl. Okay. That's what I want to do. But, hang on a minute. But what we want to do is we want to look here at this leaf, and there's a flat spot in it right here. Okay. And if we look at this leaf over here, if you can see my cursor, there's also a flat spot right there as well on the edge of that leaf. This is going to help us align this thing. Okay. Okay. If I knew what I was doing, it would help, wouldn't it? So we go through the little owl guy, and we're going to pull... Oh, no, I don't want to go to the little owl. What am I talking about? Scrap that idea. I want to go through that flat spot. Oh dear, Dan. Come on. No, through the flat spot. So it's just on the right, on the edge of that, where this little scroll comes in here. Okay, so we're on the edge of that flat spot on that leaf. Pull that side over. And what we're going to do is we're going to match it up with, there's a leaf down here. Okay, and that's where it kind of matches, doesn't it? And I think, you know, let me show you this thing. Get it kind of matched. Well, that's close. Now what you'll see is that you can actually get 911 out of this. It just depends how far you pull it over. But we're not looking at 911 right now. We're looking at 9-1. And so if I put on brushes, okay, and we've got the red on already. Actually, let's go a little bit bigger. We can now count up leaves and the berry, okay, that is in the middle of this thing, where we've pulled these two sides together. So don't forget, we've just had Don T's ear wound, and then the golf thing as well, and we're bringing both sides together now. Let's count up the leaves. So we've got 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this set of leaves here, it kind of joins up. Okay, if you can get your fold just about right. Okay, so that actually joins up. So we have 9 leaves there and 1 berry. So we have 9, 1 referenced in the middle of this thing. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. Why that is interesting, you know, with the 1010 in the $10 bill that's right at this point here, and then Donald Trump stuff here, and the other Donald Trump stuff coming together, and it makes this thing. It makes the 9-1. So today's date, obviously, super duper interesting for the Hoover Dam. What else do I want to show you? So with that all bearing all that in mind, and of course I've already just showed you the 1010 stuff, the idea of going in a mirror is to do 180 degrees. Okay, so if we look at 180 days, 713 through, okay, is 19, and also the number 18, of course, is one of our central numbers at the center of the chart of Lorraine. Okay, was there anything else? So go back through this. 1010 was 91 days to 91. We did that. Oh, this was the other thing. This was one of the interesting things now. So we're going to get back to the car and then we'll be done. Before we get back to the car though, if we recall, 814 is our this is our, what the hell is this? This is our start date. This is like our hidden start date for our Pluto cycle. Okay, this is like the hidden start date to do with Lucas numbers as well. This is 28 days earlier than 9/11. 814, 148. This is Pluto numbers. Okay, notice that from 814 through to this particular date is 148. Okay, the 14th of August again. Okay, so that's special. And then if we go to the car, actually, it's this way. No, it's not this way. Man, I thought I had that in here. Well, let's just use this one. We don't need a. What did I want to do? I wanted to go. Can't remember what I was doing now. Oh, let's just click this. Look, if we do go from that date, right? It's 149. Okay. Now, why is this special? Again, obviously, what is interesting about this is that on the car, let's get back to the car, we notice that the number plate, if we make the D a 0, which it does look like when it crashes, it looks much more like a 0. It's much more, there's a more blurriness to it, and it does look like a 0. But the 901 with the D there is now 941. So you could read that backwards, yeah, and you'd get this number, 941. Okay, I thought that was pretty clever, if that is indeed this is what it's supposed to be. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. Obviously the 25 is just it's just all over the place with the 20, you know, we're forever going on about the 5225 with the cup of Christ. I think that's really it. That's all I wanted to do. I think I don't really want to faff around with this too much more. I want to say there was an interesting, while we're on the topic of Pluto, there was something interesting with Pluto. Let me keep going backwards here for just a second. And I'm pretty sure, hang on a minute. I wanted to go to 218. That was it, yeah. So 218. So this Pluto when Pluto was discovered 218, okay, through to that particular date is the 326, okay, and 326, do I have it up here? Where's the Hoover Dam? Big number. Okay, here's the Hoover Dam's birthday, and if we go back 9 days to the start of the year, 326, okay, and we had this connection with Donald Trump and 326 as well, with his age and his mercurial years, okay. So yeah, that's it. I think that's it for the video. I just thought the number plate was kind of cunning, that could switch, and when you do look at it in the film, I mean, when we do look at it in the film, if we can actually get to that point, that'd be too far. I don't know when we're going to get to it. Come on, painful again. Play it a second. Well, that jumped on. I mean, when you look at it, you know, I mean, it does. I mean, it still does look a bit like a D, but you can get the 901 from that a lot better now. Anyway, check out the 2529 there as well. Okay, we've talked about that before, I think. Notice the shield on the side of this thing as well. Notice that the side of the dollar bill that we're bringing over, you know, with the little owl, that is a shield shape, and the Hoover Dam is a shield shape, and I can't say that. And this is coming into, boom, right here. Okay, we're bringing two things together. So again, you know, who knows, but yeah, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that went too long. All right, bye.